Hey, awesome ones. You know, I have seen so many marvels of technology, and call me old-fashioned, but there's a few things in my life that I don't think I'm ever going to give up. And if you're going along with this video and you say, yeah, I'm not going to give up that, or oh, I want to add something, just put them in the comments below. I would love to read them, and I'd love you to share them with other people as well. And this video starts in just a few seconds. So let's get right into this. So my number one thing is talking on the phone. I don't have a landline anymore, but I got my cell phone, and I don't know, talking on the phone is something, if you call your kids, you know right away from their tonality what's going on. Are they happy? Are they sad? And you can just feel it and hear it. You can't really get that from a text or an email. And I also really still savor my long conversations with my girlfriends where, you know, yeah, sometimes we're on the phone for hours and just chit-chatting, and a lot of times I have it on speaker or I have it in an earbud so it's not right up to my ear, but you know, we're laughing, we're crying, we're sharing stories, and it's the history that we have together and all that sort of thing. You just can't put that in an email. And yeah, I just love this. And sometimes when I'm talking to my girlfriends, you know, we'll start talking about missing our mums and the waterworks start. And again, it's a very special share. You know, I kind of feel sorry for the younger generation. I rarely ever hear my kids on the phone for hours, just talking, and I think the art of conversation is getting a little bit lost. It just seems to me that it's been replaced, and I'm just generalizing here. Certainly there are exceptions to the rules, but a lot of times it's been replaced by texts and happy face emojis, and I don't know. When I call up a friend and I hear that, hello? I don't know, there's a magic there. My heart just leaps, and I know that I'm going to be in for a very special conversation, and I don't know. I'm not giving this one up. I think it's very, very special. And what's number two? Number two is I'm not giving up keeping real photographs and also real mementos. Yeah, of course I'm putting everything on my cell phone, but it just seems to me when I'm running out of space, I'm going back and going, I don't need that one, I don't need that one, and deleting them instead of, you know, saving them, taking them to a department store or a camera shop and getting an actual photograph for it. The other thing that the mementos part is I still save, if it's a real special Mother's Day or something along those lines, I save them. And I'll just sort of show you, I'll show you a little booklet that I did for, well, I did it for my kids when they were 16 years old, and Shannon allowed me to show hers here, so maybe Bill can do some close-ups here, and hopefully with the lights you can still see them. But this one says, I wonder what my life will be like until I'm 16. And what I did was I just saved, and you know, it might be too late for you to save a lot of these sort of things, but maybe you could share this video with your daughter or your son, and maybe it's something they might want to keep, or maybe you want to keep it for your grandchildren. But I just kept everything, you know, that even the little band, you know, the little band that she had on her wrist, and just some of her pictures, a story. She didn't know I was doing this. Well, I did it for more than one child, but, and just sort of some of the pictures that were there. Some of the quotes. When she was a kid, I actually kept a diary of some of the quotes. So let's just take a look at this one. Shannon, age 3. Today at dinner time, I asked Shannon to say grace. It went like this. Dear God, thank you for Chuck E. Cheese. Thank you for Chuck E. Cheese. Thank you for Chuck E. Cheese. Amen. Well, what can you say for that one? Let's just do one more here. Shannon, age 4. Shannon is crazy about horses. Today we went to the fair. We watched the show horses and and inquired about riding lessons. Then one of the owners allowed Shannon to ride a white horse, Polar. When Shannon came home, she asked, "What do we do first? Build the barn or buy the pony?" So it's just, typical quotes that I would write down. Oh, there she is with a little, actually that's a donkey, but just anything that happened with them. And then a lot of the homemade Valentine's cards or Mother's Day cards. I'll just read this one for you. Late at night, it's time for bed. Only I wake up and shake my head. A Valentine from me to you. Every minute, I love you too. From Shannon to Mom. So again, I think I wrote in this one, sometimes your pictures are scary, Shannon. But, it just means a lot, and it just goes on and on and on about, of course, some pictures of her as she was growing up. And then at the very end, it's, that's what my life will be like until I'm 16. And I asked Shannon to share that with me for this video. And she said, "Mom, that was one of my greatest gifts." So, nope, not giving up the mementos and not giving up the photographs. And again, I've got a few photographs. I kind of do them in a scrapbooking kind of thing, but we've got them going on here, and I just think that they're a wonderful thing to sit back and go through. And let's face it, scrolling through our phone, it's not always happening. So am I inspiring you to think of things that you just don't want to give up? Don't forget, just put them down in the comments there. And oh, by the way, while you're looking around down there, there is a subscribe button and a bell. And click on those and join us on our videos. And a big welcome. So number 3, believe it or not, it's my TV. What? Okay, Heather, you're okay with the first 2, but now you lost me. Well, hear me out on this just a little bit. First of all, I know. My kids have told me, "Mom, you can stream sports, you can stream news, you can stream all kinds of things." Yeah, okay, all right. I can also watch things on the internet and all that sort of jazz. But what I like about TV is I might be in one of those states, which, happens at least once in a while for me, where I just want to be entertained and I don't really know what I want to watch. It's really a lot different than, being on the internet, because on the internet, they're kind of following your patterns a little bit and they're making suggestions of what you want to watch. And I'll give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. So with this little gizmo, by the way, I'm a guide person, not a surfer, but I usually just sort of go through the guide, and it's amazing. Like sometimes I might see an old 1940s black and white movie and go, "Oh, I want to watch that." Or maybe it's a documentary on some hidden or stolen Van Gogh painting that they got back, and it's, "Oh, I want to watch that." Or oh yeah, I love these, the comeback stories. It might be a news kind of thing, but the comeback stories, the trials and the tribulations, and how people come back, and then a lot of times they come back and give back to the society. I mean, they're so beautiful. And I think what I like about the TV is the fact that it's really a mystery. You're going through this and you're going, I'm going to follow some people who are finding a beachfront home. That sounds interesting. I may never do it in my life. So, just watch that. And it's a mystery. Instead of something being programmed to what my likes are, I can find things that I never even knew existed that I find that I do like. And, like I said, it's helped me to be very, very interested in art now, and also maybe I'm gonna go swimming with the dolphins one day. 'Cause of this baby. Number 4 is my music. All right. So it's all on a MP3 player or an iPod. I don't know, Bill, can you take a close-up of this and sort of show some of our playlists that we have? We have a bunch of them, but Tara's music there is some of today's music, and I absolutely love you know, some of them. We've got Storyteller, 70s music, 80s music, 90s, 2000, that sort of thing. But I'm keeping this music on this. Yes, I know. You can stream music now, Mom. Well, okay, let's do a little back history here. First of all, I had records and I had my favorite music. But yeah, okay, the records kind of skipped and scratched. I get that one. So then we went into 8-tracks. Follow along with me. Let me know in the comments if you remember all of this. So we went into the 8-tracks. And okay, after a while when you played them, they were going, and it didn't really sound like the original singer at all. So I get that. So then we had to dump all those and we had to get the same music, we're talking the same music now, on cassettes. And we had to get the cassette player too. So, and all of these had to go into cars, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, so we've got the cassettes. This is it. This is fantastic. No. They changed them all to CDs. And you thought to yourself, well, they still kind of go, wow, you know, after a while. So I'm cool with that. But all the CDs, at one point, Bill and I, hey, Bill, didn't we have, like, we had literally hundreds of CDs. Literally. And so then we were supposed to change over to this baby. And Bill literally spent days doing the playlist, putting on the music, and it sounded good. Like sometimes we want to have a breakfast and we want to play the coffee time kind of music compilations that he put together, kind of like mixtapes. Other times we have dinner music and we're sort of listening to maybe new jazz, maybe old jazz. There's all kinds, and of course the 70s and the 80s and rocking it out to some of those. But streaming music now and tossing all of this out, I am not giving up this gadget. I love it. It works in my car, and as long as I can, I'm going to keep it. So I can also add songs to this. As I told you, I love a lot of the top 20 hits that are out these days, and so for, I think they're about $1, I can just add them to this little gizmo, and again, I can play this in my car, in the backyard, in my home, whatever. And there's another interesting thing that I found out. Every time I watch, you know, those late night talk shows, they're showing the records. I mean, oh, and he's got a new record out, and I'm like, what? We're going in a circle, folks. Everything old is new again. So I'm sticking to this baby. So number 5, last but not least, is the potluck dinners. No, not that kind of potluck. And I'm talking about the potluck dinner get-togethers, and the art of that kind of get-together, it just really seems to be lost. And I just don't know what it is. Is it because do you look kind of cheap if you have a potluck dinner? Or is it just too old-fashioned? It seems to me that these days you almost have to rent a hall and cater to it, or have one of your kids get married or something along this. I just say no. You know, when we have our get-togethers, our potluck get-togethers, it's amazing. They will bring many of the times a meal, probably maybe one of their favorite and most special dinners or meals that they make, or maybe they'll bring something from their country of origin that I've never tasted before. Some of the time I'm just blown away by how spicy it is, but it's just a wonderful banquet of enjoying and life. And you know, I think what's happening a lot of the times now is somebody will say, oh, let's go meet in a restaurant. That's fine, you know, you have a nice one-on-one, but the problem with that is sometimes for some people it's like super fancy, super expensive. So I really think it's lost. I'd love to see it come back with people. I just think we all have to kind of ease up on this whole, kind of look at me type of thing and just share our times together. Time is short, and certainly doing the one-on-one restaurant thing is just not going to make it as far as our futures. There's so many special people out there. Let's get them all together, have that potluck dinner, and enjoy. So something else that I'm not giving up is the cuteness factor. Hey Hurricane, how are you? Little Hurricane, our little cuteness factor. He always yawns. I think he's just been waiting for his turn to get on camera. But yeah, and we want to just say a great big thank you to all of you that are subscribing and ringing that bell after you subscribe so that you get notifications. We're doing videos now on Friday on beauty and fashion, and of course Tuesdays are, oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Are you okay? All right. So Tuesdays are inspirational. I guess you didn't want me to forget that sometimes they're about you, right? About the little dog, food, travel, exercise, all that sort of thing. So we do those on Tuesdays. Oh, and also, by the way, I started up an Instagram page. Just look up Awesome Over 50, and that way you can sort of get your daily awesomeness. At least we're trying with photos and little videos and that every single day on Instagram. So I guess until next time, first of all, I'd love to hear those comments, okay? So let me know. I want to be reminded of things that I shouldn't let go of, and maybe your thoughts too on the art of conversation or some of those types of things. So things that we maybe are losing. And in the meantime, keep it awesome, be your wonderful, incredible selves, and we'll see you later.